That's another equation for calculating the total grade. Yeah. Theoretically, everyone can get an A. Everyone who is capable of memorizing multiplication table and solving quadratic equation has all abilities for that. The difference only in your background. Clearly, if one student just recently have taken advanced physics placement, and another student have never taken physics in their life, those students have different backgrounds, right? That means only that different students might need to put a little bit different effort. That's it. But again, theoretically, everyone who is already in this room kind of almost equally prepared to get the best grade possible. We have here at BU some expectations related to your backgrounds. Yeah. BU is one of the top universities in the world. So we expect that you do know multiplication table and you can solve quadratic equations and do some more math, and you have some advanced logical abilities, of course. But the most important part of succeeding in this course is being active and on time, being organized, not waiting until the last minute for anything. If you look at this video, it tells you a tale of two frogs. If you haven't heard it, it's actually a Russian tale. It's been modified. The ending in this version is different from the Russian version. In this version, both frogs survived. In Russian, one dies. And I know how to survive. I was one of those frogs. Years ago, when I came here from Russia, I had a very good career, and here I started from being nobody, no money, no English, doing very routine jobs for some number of years, and now I teach physics at BU. The effort, timing, being organized, working hard, and you're all set. You're all set with this course. You're all set with your life. Believe me, it's doable. There are standard human qualities which help us to be successful in physics or in life in general. We have to use imagination very often because, well, physics is about nature, about natural phenomena. We will do some experiments, we will do some demonstrations, but the number of actual phenomena we're going to study is much. Number of actual experiments we can try. So very often we have to be able to imagine what is happening. We have to be able to imagine like the plane is flying or car is moving, etc., etc. To do that, to help us to do that, the best advice is draw a picture. Before you start writing any equations or think about any problems or any equations or anything else, draw a picture for any problem you want to solve. Trial and error, that's how science works. When we don't know what to do, we have to venture a hypothesis, and we call it a guess. So you have to guess, you have to make a guess. If that guess helps you to make a step ahead, good. If not, try a different guess. That's it. Every physics problem requires basically the same kind of a reasoning. And this is a copy from the syllabus. And I advise you, when you start doing your homework, just try to follow these steps. And I'm going to try following the same steps. And some of you are pre-med students. So for you, taking this course is more than having a good grade. Believe me, a doctor and a physicist experience same kind of a thinking So taking physics helps to advance human ability to manage our thoughts, you know. So there is a job when people have to think a lot, and there is a job when people don't have to think a lot. For the latter, physics doesn't really matter. But when a person, no matter what job that person does, when a person has to think a lot, physics helps to advance the logical abilities. That's just a fact. I try to adjust the material in such a way that, well, 20% of you might find my lectures very easy and maybe even boring. There's nothing to do about it. You still have to be here, but you don't have to listen. Other 20% might find it a little bit challenging. In that case, you may need to put some extra effort, you know, just go to office hours every day. And 60% should find this material fitting, you know, not too hard, not too easy. When you listening to any lecture, you don't have to copy every word. You should write something when you feel uneasy about something, unsure, there's some kind of a thing which missing, some connection which you didn't understand by some reason, because I've been talking too fast maybe. So those things, okay, clarify in the future. This is, I'm not sure about. Those things you should put in your notes, and in the future you should find a way to make it clearer for you while doing your homework, discussing with your friends, coming to office hours. Exam problems are based on the homework problems and the problems solved in this room, and also based on the problems or questions answered or solved in the labs. The exam problems are not exactly the same. They're slightly different. I made some modifications, right? So it's very important to get trained into recognizing some common features which different problems have. And there are always some common features. And again, in order to get better and better and better on seeing those common features, on recognizing problems, all you have to do is just do as many problems as possible, trying to understand every step. So if someone helps you, that's fine, completely fine. Try to make sure that still, after a day or two, you can solve the same problem on your own, and you know the reason for every step you're making. There are no surprises on exams. If you feel you're really surprised, I've never seen this before, something is wrong with the way you've been preparing.